students. Today we are going to study about noun. So let's start. Noun is one amongst the 8 parts of speech. It is one amongst the 8 parts of speech. Come, let's see the definition of noun. Noun are the names of people, things, substances, places, ideas and feelings. That means noun are the names of person, the name of any person like Ram, Shyam, Sita, Geeta, all these are noun. Things like book, pen, pencil, table, chair. The name of all these things are called as noun. Substances like water are also called as noun. Places, all the places like the name of Jagdalpur, Raipur, Bilaspur, all this will be called as noun. Ideas and feelings. Feelings like when you are happy, sad, angry, excited, all this will be called as noun. So, what is noun? Noun is the name of person, place or thing. Now we will see the various kinds of noun. There are different kinds of noun. Basically, there are 6 types of noun. How many types of noun? 6 types of noun. What are they? First one is proper noun. Second one is common noun. Third one is countable noun. How we will pronounce it as countable noun. Fourth one is uncountable noun. Fifth one is concrete noun. What we will call it as concrete noun. And the last one is abstract noun. What is that? Abstract noun. Now we will see what is proper nouns. Proper nouns are the name of specific people, places or institution. What is the meaning of specific people, places or institution? For example, the name of specific person like Ram. Ram is the name of a specific person. So Ram will be a proper noun. This place is called as Jagdalpur. This is the name of a specific place, Jagdalpur. So it will be called as proper noun. See some examples. Specific people like Sumit or Aman. Every person has a specific name. So when we call the person by its name, that will be called as specific person and it will be called as proper noun. Specific places like Jagdalpur, Raipur. Jagdalpur is called with the name as Jagdalpur. It is a specific place. Hence, we will call it as proper noun. The names of days, months and festivals are also called as proper nouns like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Each day of the week has a particular or specific name. So, the specific name will be proper noun. January, February, March. Each month of the year has the specific name. hence will be called as proper noun. The name of the months will be also called as proper noun. Festivals like Diwali, Holi, Christmas, all the names of the festivals will be also called as proper noun. Now, proper noun begin with a capital letter. Whenever you will write a proper noun, it will always start with a capital letter. That means when you will write the name of a specific person, you will start with its name with a capital letter. Whenever you will write the name of the place, you will start with a capital letter, or institution, or the name of the days, the name of the months, the name of the festival. It will always start with capital letter. Last but not the least, they usually do not have plurals. That means they exist in singular form. They do not have any plural forms. You cannot call the name of Ram as Rams. Okay? So they are, or they do not have plural forms. Now common noun. What is a common noun? Common noun is the common name of all the things in a class. Common name of all the things in a class. For example, monkey. The name of all the monkeys. We call monkeys as monkey. See monkey. We cannot call it by its name. What we say when we see or look at the monkeys? See monkey. So it is the common name for all the things in a class. When you see a group of cow, you say cow. You cannot call the cow with its name or specific name. So it is the common name of all the things in a class. That means when a person is standing in a group, you call that group by a common name. Now countable noun. Countable nouns are those which have singular and plural forms. That means noun which have both singular and plural forms. Look at the chart. Countable nouns singular. Second column is about plural. Third is with number words, and fourth is with quantity and counting word. That means noun which exist in plural forms, also when we will call it with number words or with quantities. So first one is bottle. What will be the plural form of bottle? Bottles. When we use bottle with number words, we will call it as 6 bottles or 7 bottles or 8 bottles. And when we use that noun with quantity, so we will call it as many bottles. S. That when we use S, that means it will become plural. See, teacher, teachers, woman, women, mountain, mountains, baby, babies. So this noun have their plural forms, hence they are called as countable noun. Now uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are nouns which do not have plural forms and cannot be used with number words. See, for example, look at the table. First column is uncountable noun, second is plural, third is with counting words. Examples of uncountable noun is music. We cannot call music as musics. See, in the plural column, musics is been cut. That means we cannot call music as musics or two musics. Furniture, we cannot call furniture as furnitures or 10 furnitures. Health. We cannot call health as healths or many healths. That means these words do not have plural form. Now concrete noun. Phenomena which can be observed with the senses. That means which can be touched physically and which can be observed with senses. That means which can be seen or which can be felt. The noun which can be touched, feel or observed with senses are called as concrete noun. For example, student. A student can be seen, can be touched and can be felt. So, it is a concrete noun. Water. Water can be touched, can be seen. So, it will be a concrete noun. Bus, furniture, trains are also the example of concrete noun. So, what is a concrete noun? Which can be touched or which has the physical phenomena or which can be observed with the senses. Physical phenomena means that can be touched. Now, concrete nouns can be either countable or uncountable. That means concrete noun can include both, either countable nouns or uncountable noun. Abstract noun. Abstract nouns are the name of phenomena that are not physical. That means that which cannot be touched and that we can only think about and not observe with the senses. That means noun which cannot be touched or which cannot be felt with the senses. We can only imagine about it. For example, happiness. Happiness can only be felt or can only be imagined. We cannot touch happiness. Size. We cannot touch size. It can only be imagined. Friendship. Friendship cannot be touched, cannot be observed with the senses. It can only be imagined. Like they have good friendship. So we can imagine, yes, the friendship between those two is good. Childhood, imagination. These are all things which can be only imagined and does not have physical phenomena. That means that cannot be touched. Now, abstract noun can be either countable or uncountable. That means abstract noun include both countable noun and uncountable noun. It can be either countable or uncountable.